Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net. And today we're taking a look at the cutest action figure in the world. And I will stand by that. We are taking a look at the new Batman Adventures, Tim Drake Robin. This is off of the Old Wounds episode, so the accessories that are in this particular with this particular action figure are in reference to the Old Wounds episode, and that is the first episode where Nightwing makes his debut in the series, which is kind of weird that they chose the Old Wounds reference for Tim Drake Robin. I would have done probably a couple other ones, but I like the accessory that they gave us. But this is figure 10 in the set. Now, I've said I'm not going to pick up the entire series. A part of me would really, really love to. If you've been watching Rob's Rogues long enough, I've been slowly working on Maxwell's Batman Animated Series Kenner action figure set that he gave me, plus my own Batman Animated Series action figures. So I already feel like I have bought all of these characters already. So I know that they are, in some cases, a much more improvement over those Kenner ones, but the Kenner ones don't have some of the breaking issues that some of these have. So it always pains me to say this, is be careful with this series because you could break it. No one should ever have to say that about a toy, that you might break it. Yeah, if you're playing with it improperly, but just getting it out of package is a little sad. So this is definitely a series that I'm keeping on their armatures, and once I get them posed, they're going to stay there. Yes, eventually I hope to get the Batmobile and Batman and Robin, or Nightwing or Batgirl, whoever else I get. We'll all get to ride in the Batmobile at some point. But this was a figure. If I was only going to get two figures from the set, I think everybody pretty much knew I was going to get both Robins, and I love them both equally. I will bring up the Dick Grayson Robin here before too long. But is this guy not the cutest action figure you've ever seen? And I'm all man when I say the word cute. I'm going to pull a Stu Murray 47 trick using something as a frame of reference. Here is a mellow yellow can. And you can see that he is almost as tall as the Mellow Yellow Can. Actually, the Mellow Yellow Can is taller because I do have a Robin on his little base. So, yeah, he's not even as big as a pop can. So, let's get him off this little armature. Let's show the armature real quick. There's the turnaround. And I noticed on the Dick Grayson Nightwing that it's not colored in, so I don't know, like, all the parts that are black are, you know, colored in black here. The the Dick Grayson Robin is not colored in black, so I don't know if it's just the animated series line didn't do that, or if it was just Nightwing. So Nightwing, jeez. Robin. So there's the little armature. Some people don't use them. I do, just because their legs are so tiny, tiny, tiny. And his, the feet are, and it's the style of the show. But is this not the cutest? I mean, look at this little guy right here. Look at his little... Okay, enough of that. The thing that I love the most about this series is that each figure looks like they jumped right off of your TV screen, or the comic book if you're reading the New Adventures of Batman, or the animated series comic. They represented and made the Bruce Timm drawings come to life. You can see a little bit of a space there in the neck where the two halves meet. So very cool. I'm kind of looking there. I have had this head off, and he is not like the other Robin where he comes with another cape, but I will explain why I took the head off, and I will demonstrate it on this video. I love this figure. Absolutely love it. Of course, we know I'm a huge Tim Drake fan. So if I was only going to get one, it was going to be this guy. Hello, ladies. I love the R. The R is sculpted in there. It's not just a paint. The belt is sculpted. The clasps are sculpted. So very cool. And his feet are so tiny. I've heard people having some issues with his feet, so I'm like, just make it through this review and you'll go on my shelf and you will look so awesome. So very cool. Let's take a look at the articulation on Timmy Tim Tim. I'm getting a little bit of a glare in the back. His head is on a really good ball joint. Can look up, alright, not too bad. I mean, he can look up in the air, so that's pretty cool. Can look down pretty good. Tilt to the left and the right, kind of a rotating. Head does go in a complete 360. Arms, I don't believe they go, yes, they do go up slightly. Not too much, so they're not going into a 90 degree. And I like how they painted the underside there. It probably should have been black, but getting the arm up like this, it would be red. So I believe they got that correct. Single bend at the elbow. A rotation in a tiny little wrist. A hinge. That one is really stiff. I'm just so afraid with this figure. It's the only thing that sucks. So there's the hinge. Felt like I was going to snap it. No waist yep, I'm sorry. There is waist articulation. So he can turn at the waist. That was really well hidden. I didn't know that. Noticed that yesterday when I got him out of the package. Now he can do the splits almost hyperextended. I know Tim's got some skills, but man, that's some skills. The legs can go forward about that far, as if he could sit in a Batmobile. Single jointed knee. Swivel in the foot. Hinge at the rotation in the boot. Sorry, my bad. Hinge at the foot and a rocker. Let's get into accessories before I get into the whole head bit here. And he can stand on his own. He's not overly back heavy. His tiny little Red Riding Hood cape, which I'll get to in a minute. I was always like, why didn't you just make the cape longer? I think I have a way to do that. He does come with some accessories. We saw this in Old Wounds, where Robin used the cuffs. And I'm blanking on who he cuffed in the episode. They don't go around anybody, but he can hold on to them. Not in these hands. These hands are a little bit too closed. This is more of the... No, that's not even the Batarang hand. These are more just a standard open hand. Here's the Batarang hand, the little tiny hands. So he does come with a little teeny, I mean it is teeny tiny little Batarang. This is definitely your child, your dog, your cat, or me will swallow this thing. You talk about a small piece. This is going in a parts bag, just so I don't lose it. I just don't see myself posing him with this just for fear of losing it, but I love having it. I mean, he can hold on to it rather well, so I could pose him with it for maybe just some shots. Very cool. Comes with a grapple gun, and it does come apart, which I think is really cool, just like Batman's did. It's pretty cool. He has a hand that already has the grapple gun in it, which I really like, and that also does come off as well. And all of my figures so far that have grapple guns, I have put the hand with the grapple gun in, so I'm going to do that. So this will be the demonstration of that particular. I just like having the grapple guns in there. Don't know why. So we saw the Batarang hand, and then a hand to be able to hold on to other things like the cuffs, which, there you go. So we can hold on to the cuffs as well. So let's put the hands, since we were talking about the hands here, so they just twist off. So there's the hand there. We'll put in the grapnel gun hand, slides right in. Very, very cool. And I like the way they sculpted his hands in there. That's his head, Rob. And still has the hinge and everything like that as well. Now, I was mentioning about me taking the head off of this figure, and that I do not really care for the little teeny tiny red Robin Hood cape. I know it's more for the kid dynamic in it, but I really think Robin should have a longer cape. And in my animated series figures, which I have Robin right here. So here he is in scale, or in size, with his original counterpart. Now I took the Little Red Riding Hood cape off of this and had another black cape that went with another Robin figure, and I thought it just made Tim, Robin, Drake, weird sentence, look a lot better. I mean, in sculpt here out of these two figures, I always thought that this looked like he just jumped right off the screen. This is the one that jumped off the screen. I mean, this is Kenner back in '98, and here we are in 2015 by DC Collectibles. Home run right here. This is a triple. So I was talking about the capes there, sorry, and I thought, man, I wish, you know, these were cloth capes like back in the day. These were the plastic capes, and I didn't care for them, so I put the cloth capes on the original figures. And then it hit me. The Dick Grayson Robin, right here. We can kind of see the two side by side, which I think they look absolutely fantastic together. Very, very cool. I did think, now wait a minute. We do have an extra cape because the head comes off. You can put different capes on. So I wonder what the New Adventures of Batman Robin would look like with the other Robin cape. Let's find out. So all I did was, now I want to do this one time. We'll do it on film here. The head, I got it to pop off last night. So the ball peg, at least on mine, stayed in. This cape does slide off, which I did like a lot. So I'll reach into my little parts bag here. Slide this cape on, and already I think this makes a great, great looking figure. This is where everybody's holding their breath going, Rob, just don't break it. Just don't break it. There we are. Now this cape doesn't fit as snug. I'm trying to get him to stand here. I think that looks much, much better. Somebody else might like this particular cape on Robin, but I think having the cape actually cover his whole body pretty much, I just think looks much, much better. So seeing the two side by side, I think that looks really cool. So this is how I'm going to pose this particular Robin with this cape. So since we've got the two Robins here, let's bring up Batman. Absolutely fantastic. I love these two together. And again, I'm kind of just gushing over the other cape here. I just think this makes the figure look even better, and I think this is the way he probably should have been to begin with. But we of course knew that the two figures would look great together. I really wished that this Robin came out much earlier, but I'm absolutely happy to have him now. And in the 75th anniversary of the Robin character, it's so cool to get a bunch of Robin stuff towards the end of the year. Final thoughts on the New Adventures of Batman Tim Drake Robin figure. Great. I am 100% happy and satisfied. Yes, there are some parts of his joints that feel a little on the brittle side, so just be careful moving the ankles, especially moving the hands in and out. I have heard a few people accidentally snapping the little tiny peg off in there, so just be careful and actually twist it and slowly rotate it out to make it come out. Other than those few things, this is still a great figure. I highly recommend this whole entire series. Completely thrilled, and if you happen to have the other Robin, I think he looks really good in the much longer cape, so at least in my collection, that's how this Robin's going to be. So today we'll be taking a look at the new Batman Adventures. See, I always want to say that wrong. It is the Tim Drake Robin from the animated series. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the BatmanUniverse.net signing off saying we will see you guys next time.